Hi, everybody. Welcome to PBTP, Powered by the Players. Powered by the Players is an actual play podcast featuring mini campaigns of all your favorite PBTA games. Each campaign will be a different Powered by the Apocalypse game with a rotating cast of diverse players. Let's power up. Hello, and welcome to Session 0 of our Masks mini campaign and our first ever episode of PBTP, Powered by the Players. For this mini campaign, we'll be playing Masks. So let's go ahead and meet our players. Everyone's going to intro themselves by saying their name, their pronouns, and their favorite superhero.
Hey, I'm Maggie. I use they, them pronouns, and I don't think I have a favorite superhero, but my first favorite superhero was when I was like 13. I was really into Ghost Rider because of the Nick Cage movie, and that's just an aesthetic and like a story arc that I've always really been drawn to. So that was one of my first favorite superheroes.
Hi, I am Miriam. My pronouns are they, them. And similar to Maggie, I don't really have a favorite superhero, but I am inspired by Loki, and I think that's mostly because of Tom Hiddleston. That's probably why I chose the playbook that I'm playing.
Hi, I'm Diana. I use she, her pronouns, and my favorite character is Thor, and he's been my favorite since Adventures in Babysitting.
So my name is Fiona. My pronouns are she, her. And again, I don't really have a favorite superhero. I'm a bit fatigued with superheroes, which is probably not good for this. But I will say the first ever superhero film I saw was Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire. And I fell in love with the sort of, it was Spider-Man 2 I saw with Doc Ock and stuff. And I just really love that power play between them. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Hi, I'm Kristin. I use she, her pronouns, and I also don't have a superhero that's my favorite that I follow all the time. But if I kind of stretch the definition of superhero, then I think I would go with Garnet from Steven Universe. Anyone who's familiar with Steven Universe will know she is a fusion of two crystal gems, and she's amazing, and I love her.
Yes. All right. Hi, I'm Morgan. I am the game master for this game. My pronouns are both they, them, and she, her. And my favorite superhero actually is Invisible Woman. She is fantastic, and I understand the idea of needing just to disappear whenever your emotions get the best of you. All right. Time for character introductions. Who would like to go first?
I'll jump on that grenade.
Yeah.
Okay, so my delinquent playbook character is called Mixed Direction. That is their hero name. They go by they, them. And their real name is Amir Ali. They are ambiguous-looking South Asian with jaded eyes, rebellious clothing, and no costume. They live with their grandfather, who is their legal guardian, which is slowly coming to close. And they act like they're above or they don't need anyone, but really they're really looking for approval and companionship. And with their abilities of teleportation and trickery, they can be helpful, but also very frustrating.
I like that. Yeah, that's really good. Helpful but frustrating is a good way to put it. All right. Thank you, Miriam. Who would like to go next?
I'll go next then. Okay, so I am going to be playing the Doomed Handbook. My hero's name is The Watcher. Real name Neve Kelly Harper. She, her. Her look is a white woman with empty eyes and doesn't have a costume and unassuming clothing. Her abilities include memory manipulation, vitality absorption, and psychic constructs, but in the sense that it is more gaining information from physical books rather than electronics, and not so much like changing people's minds or changing memories. It is just gaining information as and when. As part of the Doom playbook, she has a nemesis, Aoife Kelly Harper, which is annoyingly her younger sister, who goes by the name The Vision, who uses electronic devices to hijack and sort of communicate through them. to be really, really irritating, essentially. She has a mother called Aura Kelly, or Ma, as we'll go for. And Ma is basically the steadfast sort of pole between Neve and Aoife, the one that sort of keeps them the balance between the sort of internal sort of struggles. I'd say that Neve in general, like she's not haughty or anything like that. She's maybe softly spoken, sort of takes her time about decisions and stuff. But it's, again, that sort of Giles from Buffy-esque. It's sort of about underneath the skin. It's like, okay, well, it will start, and that's sort of like trying to process things without, like, I'm going to say this because no one else is going to say it, is that sort of Britishism when you go, oh, okay, I totally, yes, okay, that sort of like restrained, taking it on the chin, that sort of thing. And Neve's sort of been brought up to be like that because, she is the oldest and she has to lead by example. So if something really upsets her, then it's like, the other thing to note as well, being from the Doom playbook, she does have a sanctuary, which we've created a secondhand bookshop that her family friend Dylan Moran runs, and she sort of works in it, and it's called the Book Bin. And that's inside that there is like a nook or a space in between all the sort of haphazard shelves of where she can go and sort of meditate and just be surrounded by information, but safe information, I guess. And yeah, that is Neve Kelly Harper.
All right, excellent. Who would like to go next? We're going with the same Maggie, it's you.
All right. I was trying to throw everything off, but I guess not. So I'm playing the Transformed playbook. My superhero name is The Fury. Her real name is Allie Angel. She is she looks like a demonic harpy or a gargoyle from the TV show Gargoyles. She has been cursed or gifted, depending on how you look at it, with the powers of the avenging powers of the Furies from ancient Greek mythology, which were accidentally foisted upon her by her family. And she is very self-conscious, very uncomfortable in normal company. And so now the only people she really interacts with are her superhero group and her family. And she is compelled to go after people who have done wrong. But she is sort of struggling against feeling like these bloodthirsty urges that she has and trying to be a normal person, despite the fact that she knows she probably will never be able to be that again. So she's a very conflicted person and can sometimes be a bit difficult because she's juggling all of that at once.
Kristin, Diana, y'all have to do paper, rock, scissors or something to figure out who's going last. So
I'll go. I am playing the Janice playbook. My hero name is The Whisper, and my regular name is Jamie Matthews. She's a Hispanic woman who works as a barista, and she does not have a costume, but she has her very iconic always-on black hoodie with teal aqua stripe on the sides. She has supernatural hearing and an impossible mobility, and her aim is to stop petty, stupid crime after watching her best friend be mugged and severely injured.
And she works at a coffee shop, right?
Yes, she works at Hallucinations next to the Book Bin.
Nice. All right. And then it is you, Kristin.
I am playing the Outsider. My hero name is Emma. My real name is Vignette. Vignette is a lavender from Lavin. I love that. I love that, Miriam. She, pronoun she, her. She has neon purple skin and liquid mercury eyes. Although her pronouns are always she, her, she does shift. She's also a radical shapeshifter, like Amethyst from Steven Universe. That's also her body type. If you think like Glimmer from She-Ra or Amethyst from Steven Universe, that's like her body type. She wears average clothing and no costume. Her abilities are, like I said, radical shapeshifting and also alien weaponry. She came to Earth from Lavin to help people and also to be able to fully express her emotions, which she loves doing. She's very cheerful. That's under influence, which I don't think we've talked about, but she is very cheerful. Think Leslie Knope from Parks and Rec, if you're familiar with that show. And if you're not, you should go watch it immediately. And that's been it.
Oh, I love her so much. All right, so that's our team. But how did y'all get together? That's the one thing. Like, how did y'all form a team? So that's what we're going to discuss right now. Is after the introduction, determine the inciting incident that made this team of young superheroes come together in the first place. It was something big, something that none of them could tackle on their own, something that required them to work together against far greater odds, something that forged them into a group greater than the sum of its parts. When you actually start playing, you'll tell a story set sometime after this inciting incident. The team's been together for a while at this point. This process just makes sure that everybody's on the same page of how it all started. Everybody has their own statement and question. We're going to go one by one, and there is an order for it that I have, so I will start that off. And then each player has total control over the answers to their playbook's question. They can ask for input from other players, but they have the final say. Each succeeding question should take into account what came before. So for us, since we don't have the first two, it starts with the outsider. Your question, I believe, is we didn't trust each other at first, but that changed. How? Why?
I'm going to say that on one of the first jobs makes us sound like a heist team. During one of the first events where we saved someone or we stopped a crime, whatever that was, I don't think we were like a fully realized team at the time, but something shifted during that specific during that specific event. I think it started to go poorly, and we were able to get out together with no person left behind, and it established the foundation for that trust to start building.
I like that. So basically y'all were on the losing end, but you're like, we're all going to get out alive no matter what, and that's what built it together.
Yep, exactly.
Awesome. All right. Next in my order is Janice. We saved the life of someone important, either to the city or to us. Who was it? Why are they important?
Doctor, insert cool name, who helped make it make supers acceptable in our society for the last 50 plus years, and welcoming aliens and everyone to our great city.
Nice person.
Yeah.
It seems like Dr. Insert really likes inserting themselves.
Mysterious.
I feel like doctor's an appropriate name title for this person. Fancy
They're
name.
like a scientist, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Not like a medical doctor, but like a scientist of some sort.
Yeah, scientist doctor.
Scientist doctor.
Scientist doctor.
Like a PhD.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get Dr. Cool Names.
Dr. Cool Name.
Think of that, Diana, because that's your homework right now.
Thank you. I'm working on it.
All right. Who is my next one in my list? The delinquent. We totally broke some major rules to win the fight. What rules did we break? Whose rules were they?
Feel they might have been Aegis's rules. Some of them are really outdated. And because we were on the losing side, and Aegis likes to a certain extent, play fair, or play what is considered fair, like a gentleman's agreement sort of a thing. I was like, no, we're gonna lose if we continue this way. So I'm gonna play dirty, or we got to play dirty. And I convinced everybody to get over that. And yeah, I think that's the rules. And
they're like, all right, keep it a clean fight. No hitting below the belt. No throwing dirt. And you're like, nah, son, we're going to break all the rules. We're going to win.
Oh, yeah. It totally was the at least metaphorical hitting under the belt. Nice. Maybe it was also literal, but not groin punching. It was it was maybe some sort of a big droid, and all their activation buttons were at the bottom. And you kind of had to do a nut shot, but it wasn't a nut shot. It was deactivating it.
All right. So you're finding a bunch of androids, is that right? Or a bunch of robots?
Yeah. But they looked like humanoids.
So more like androids than anything else.
Yeah, androids.
Okay. All right. Okay, cool. So we have who we're fighting finally. We finally figured out what we're fighting. We don't know the other things yet, but we have that one. Doomed. We paid a high cost for victory. What was it?
High cost for victory. I like the idea that there was like a lot of media coverage for it. Now I know obviously we've got some people, some folks in the group who obviously have secret identity stuff, and that's fine. I like the idea that the book bin did get a lot of press in it, and it's like a random picture of Neve going, like, "Get out of my bookshop." And people keep constantly coming in to ask about the events. Like, you were there with the heroes. Did you not help them? And I'm like, I just gave them books. Like, I'm trying to like go
Get
away
them
now.
out.
But I think I like the idea that the high cost is every so often we're probably having like a team meeting, and then someone is like, "Oh my god, it's them!" And you're just like, "Sorry, 1 second, ladies." And then that just try and get people out of the shop essentially.
Do I just teleport all of you somewhere else?
Like,
But
Yes.
I'm the only one on duty.
nice. Okay, and last is the transformed. It basically goes pretty much in the hand-to-hand that we drew attention and ire from plenty during the fight. One important person in particular now hates and fears us. Who is it?
So I think the person who built the androids got really pissed off because this did get a lot of press coverage. And I think it was like some extremely rich person in the community who was like trying to say these can replace superheroes. Here, let me show you. And everything went wrong. And like this like completely destroyed their credibility in a lot of circles. And they still have all their money and resources, but now they're super pissed at us.
It's like the Incredibles.
Yeah.
I was thinking like iRobot, but without like there was no really builder for that. Doing that.
I was just thinking of Scooby-Doo. It's like those meddling children.
Excellent. Let's get y'all's influences in.
So this is easy.
Wait, hold on. Oh shoot, I was going to do relationships.
Oh, okay. Let's just do relationships.
Yeah, relationships. That's what I meant.
Okay. So I have two. The first one is you've been learning about Earth by spending time with, and I'm going to say Jamie, because Jamie has a job and Jamie is like really like lives that routine, that like what I view as a human routine. So Jamie.
Okay. All right.
And then the next one requires consent. You have a crush on blank, but keep it under wraps. I want to say that I have a crush on Miriam's character.
Sure.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
It says I keep it under wraps, and obviously I'll talk to you about anything before anything comes up. Okay.
Sure.
I'll go next.
Okay.
My first one is someone who knew me from my civilian life first, and I'm going to say the doomed Neve, since we work next to each other. You knew me from civilian life. And then I refused to tell Amir your secret identity when they asked.
Why is that?
Because Amir is shifty.
For little old me.
We can build trust over time, Amir.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
I love it. All right.
I'll go next.
Okay.
So I keep trying to impress you keep trying to impress X with your antics, and I'd like it to be Fury, because just there's a certain amount of like danger or like this thing that is just like, oh wow, you're pretty awesome. Sort of a thing. And then the second one is you and this person pulled an awesome, if illegal, stunt together. And I feel that is Vignette perfectly, because Vignette would not have knowingly done something illegal.
I love it.
I'll go. Oh.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. So the two questions. So the first one is you've told X about your doom and the danger you're in. I'm thinking Vignette. Because I like the idea that I tell you this and you're like, oh, that sounds dreadful. And I'm like, yes, it is. you sort of like, that's so terrible. But you're not like, it got to that point because I think, I like the idea that when you tell someone something really bad happened, like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. But you're like, no, that's generally terrible. There are no words, So I quite like that. Again, because you get sort of outsider, like not knowing the social qualms about it, is that it actually makes it a lot easier just to be like, oh, thank goodness, that's all off my chest now. So Vignette for that.
I love that.
And the second one will also need consent as well, is you love to kiss X before your doom comes. I was thinking, again, with consent, Diana, the Whisperer, because I like the idea that again, just I knew you from civilian life, and I always sort of like noticed you, like sort of you'd exactly, and then I was like, I always used to go for coffee, and I, like we've always been friends, and that sort of slow burn thing going on, and it's like I'll do this one point, and it'll be great.
Perfect. Now that works.
All right, and then Maggie.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So this person comforted you when you were at your lowest. I don't know. I think probably Neve did that just because, like, you know, Allie is like, my life is genuinely terrible. And Neve was like, I mean, yeah, could be worse. You could not have a future, just to put things in perspective. And that was like weirdly like centering for Allie in a way.
I like the idea that Neve would have listened and gone, well, it's not all bad. I mean, I might die at any point, but let you talked all the way through it, not like interrupted you, like leave you that,
Exactly, yeah. Like, just like a very pragmatic, like, yeah, I mean, shit happens, it's awful, but like.
That's awesome. I like that.
And then this person knew you before you changed. I think Jamie and Allie went to the same school, but Allie, like, they weren't close, and Allie isn't sure that like Jamie recognizes them.
Fully knows. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so influence. Finally, each character gives out influence to their teammates. Influence in mass is a binary resource. Someone either has it over you or they don't. If someone has influence over you, it means you care about what they think, say, or do about you. It means their words carry weight with you, and you can change how you see yourself. By default, in Mask, all adults hold influence over PCs. This is about sharing influence between teammates. So who would like to go first in regards to influence?
I will go first. You try not to care what other people think, even if you can't shut everyone out. Give influence to one teammate. I think probably Vignette has influence over Allie, just because like Vignette has no frame of reference for what's normal and what isn't. And so like Allie kind of trusts their insight as like a fresh perspective.
All right, who would like to go next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
So my influence is you care way more than you let on. Give 3 teammates influence over you. So that would be, I would say, the Watcher, because just information. That would also be Fury, because I'm just trying to impress them so goddamn much. And Vignette, because even though I kind of take advantage of them and their sort of unknowing of human customs, I respect how interested they are, and also I feel like there's some sort of tension going on, some undercurrents.
All right, thank you. Who would like to go next?
I'll go.
Okay.
You look up to your teammates. They seem to have the superhero thing figured out. Give 2 of them influence over you. I'm going to do Neve and Allie because they've got big things happening and they seem to be like existing well.
I'll go. These people matter for what you need to do. Give influence to 2 of your teammates. So I think I like the idea of giving influence to Allie, because Neve is obviously like, books are really important and we should really follow the window's cracked again, that sort of, and Allie's just like, we'll do it on the fly, we'll break the rules and stuff, and Neve's not maybe used to doing that. So I think that's sort of like, I really need you to do this one thing, but don't break any rules, but if you feel like it, break the rules, that sort of, so I quite like that. And the other one is it's so stupid, but it's the Whisperer again. Give influence, because you need to give me caffeine for me when I'm doing my research.
That's important.
So I'm always around. It's just like, oh, thank goodness, a double espresso.
No, you get a decaf today.
Okay.
You're like, it's 4 PM. You get a decaf.
It's going to be a long session. I really. So yeah.
Are you like having the shakes as well?
But yeah, those 2.
Gosh, I love it. Is that you, Kristin? Is your left?
Yep.
Yeah, mine's easy. So I have to choose a demeanor, haughty or cheerful. And I'm cheerful, obviously. So I'm thrilled to be here. Everyone has influence over me.
All right. I think
Oh.
that's it.
Yep.
Let me just double check my notes. Yeah. Once all PCs have handed over influence according to their playbooks, then you're ready to play. All right, so that ends session 0, and perfect timing because we got a skedoodle.
Oh my God, outro. I'd like to outro. Please tell people where they can find you on the internets if you want to be found, and plug any and all projects you'd like to plug.
Yeah. So once again, I'm Maggie. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at 9 of Swords. You can also find me on Twitch on Monday evenings at 7:30 Central on the Nowsayers channel, where I play a very large grumpy cat. I'm also on one of the Roll to Play Network shows that will be coming out soon called Dark Wings, Dark Waters. So I'm excited for that.
It's Dark Waves.
Dark Waves, Dark Waters.
No, it's Dark Wings.
Dark Wings, Dark Waves. Listen.
We're still working on it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. If you want to read it,
that's
we'll keep it in.
not enough caffeine for me, obviously. But yeah, that's me.
Miriam.
Okay, so I'm next. Hi, I'm Miriam, and you can find me on Twitter at media_junkie. I am the creator and GM of the Musafirs podcast, which is based on on my campaign setting that I'm running, which is South Asian decolonized fantasy, Serzamin. I am currently working on my personal Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/drnsain. There's a history behind that name. I'm here, and I'm on Welcome to the Party.
It's me. Hi. So my name's Fiona, she, her pronouns. I run a podcast, host and GM a podcast called What Am I Rolling? It's a twice monthly RPG one-shot podcast. You can follow that on Twitter, which is at WAIR_podcast. And basically I take through friends and strangers and a load of people through different RPGs to see, what works, what doesn't work, and just come up with my own sort of ideas and stuff. And it's been a really interesting year of just trying out different things. I'm also on a D&D stream called Zerios, part of the TBA Mondays D&D channel. Don't ask. It's like a total in-joke that nobody gets. It's a D&D 5th edition, like all other D&D shows, clearly. I play a person called Aubrey Amblecrown, who's basically myself, but a bit more decisive. So if you want to see me just negotiating random deals and not get angry, tune into that. That's every Monday, 5 p.m. GMT time.
I love it. Diana?
I'm Diana Lorraine. You can find me at Maudcaster, MAUDCASTER on Twitter. You can find all my podcasts at Macintosh and Maud. We do My Little Pony movies and Riverdale reviews. And then I am also a cast member of the Space Agers, a Kids on Bikes, Teens in Space actual play podcast.
Our wonderful GM, Morgan.
Hi, I'm Morgan. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Serena Bezos. I am on Welcome to the Party, as well as Victory Condition Gaming for live streams with them on Twitch and YouTube. Also, I'm on the Roleplay Network a lot. The Roll-to-Play one-shots. I'm part of the Red Death campaign, a part of the Dark Wings, Dark Waves campaign that'll be coming out soon. And now this. I enjoy doing these things, so that's why you see me on a lot of things. So, yeah. That's me. Be my friend. Okay, thanks.
Such a good exit. Be my friend.
Be my friend.
All right, I'm Kristin. You can find me on Twitter at Kristin is no Jedi, or right here on the Roll to Play Network at rolltoplaynetwork.com, or on diceupgames.com, which is also Dice Up Games on Twitter, where I play hack and design games with my partner. Thanks for listening. Masks is Maggie as the Fury, Fiona as the Watcher, Miriam as Mixed Direction, Diana as the Whisperer, Kristin as Vignette, and Morgan as the Game Master. PBTP is a proud member of the Roll to Play Network. It is hosted by Diana Lorraine, Morgan Nuncio, and Kristin Devine. Discover more at rolltoplaynetwork.com. See you next time.